What's going on, guys? Thanks for joining me yet again. Got another video for you. Stay tuned. Along with that turbo inlet, I also got the muffler, the turbo muffler delete, which I kept saying over and over again in the video, but I got that as well, so we're gonna install that today. I also, if you guys check this out, at work I got some GLI floor mats. I wanted these monster mats for the MK7, so I'm still probably gonna get those, but for now these will do the trick. They're dirty as hell, so today we need to restore them back to their true glory on both sides. Check it out. It does say GLI, but who the hell cares? They're just for the winter. So let's pop this hood here. Let's get to it. Check my handy dandy tool bag. Looking fresh as hell. So let's get down here underneath, on top of the engine, and get to doing some stuff. I'm starting to see a lot more DFG tuning kind of just protruding everywhere. Some down there, some down there. I think I'm repping it pretty well. Only thing is, obviously I need an intake, so that way it looks much cleaner. Anyway, so let's take the intake off first, so that way we can get down here and take off the coupler for the charge pipe, so that way we can get to the muffler delete. Now I am gonna need a ratcheting tool because I have these special couplers that came with the DFG tuning. Oh, please don't fall. There we go. Came with the DFG tuning thingamajigger. Here we go, found it. Gonna need an extension, and I'm gonna need one of these. Let's go back up front. Now, I don't wanna sound like I'm bragging about this, but check out that inlet. That opening is massive, and it looks so smooth in there. Seems to be holding up very well and sturdy. Just gonna take off this DFG tuning coupler over here. I just loosened up the clamp at the back. Gonna pop that off. I'm not sure if I'm gonna need to take this one off because that one is rubber, so I should be able to just kind of push it underneath and then get to those bolts. If I can't get to the bolts, then I'll remove this clamp and push everything else out of the way. So I actually wasn't able to do it, so I had to take off the clamp hose that went back here. Not sure if you guys can see back there, but you should have a straight shot at the turbo muffler right here. And we're gonna take off those 3 5mm Allens, and this should slide right off. Just try to be extremely careful when taking these little nuts off. And if you don't have a 5mm Allen, a 30 would work. So down here, you pretty much want to loosen these bolts down here. And as you're loosening them up, be very careful because they will drop down as you loosen them up, and so will the entire assembly. So I would suggest leaving at least one semi-tight in there, and then just sort of screw them off the rest of the way with your hand, so that way they fall right into your hand and not into the bottom. There we go. One, and then this top one over here. And then just try to hold it in place as you're doing it. There we go. The whole thing should come out just like that. Now, the reason why you would remove something like this is because if you take a look at both of these, right? This is the OEM one, and it's got all these openings on the side to sort of release some of that pressure from the turbo, so that way you don't get a lot of noise. It'll muffle the sound. Now, with the DFG tuning one, what I like about this one is it's exactly the same size shaft as this one, except it goes straight through. Peep that. Straight through. One size, and it's super smooth. These are also aluminum, but they are coated 100%. It looks good. And if you notice some oil over here, that's fine on the muffler delete, on the on the OEM turbo muffler. You would notice some oil like this. Don't worry about that. So let's go back down, put these on the same way we just took them off, and clamp everything back together. We should be done. Just a quick pro tip, guys, to prevent any issues when you're threading the stuff back on. Grab each bolt in your hand and hand tighten it before you do any torquing down. Now, you should be able to get something like this, which is about 4-inch wrench with a nice extension and a T30 hex bit at the front, or a 5mm Allen, whichever one works for you. You should be able to get that underneath there so that you can have enough torque to tighten it down. Now, I've already put sort of the clamp and everything else back on. Yeah, so it's just a matter of just putting the intake back in, and then we're all set here. So let's get to it. So that's pretty much it for that video, guys. Thank you very much. The reason why you would install something like this is obviously to create less turbulence and a steady turbo flow or charge flow. Not sure if you guys understand turbos very much, but what happens when there's turbulence in the airflow, it creates heat pockets. And those heat pockets are not good for turbos, because the only reason why you install an intercooler and charge pipes is to keep everything cooler, and if you're making things warmer because there's turbulence, it's no good. So that's the reason why you would install a turbo muffler delete, just to create better airflow and hear more turbo noises, which is in the end what we all like. So see you in the next one, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Peace out.